What is good, guys? Matt from Duality Gaming here, giving you another video, and this one again is on another VR issue. I seem to be the fucking antichrist when it comes to VR and just everything VR. Now, this article was just talking about some real-world applications to you motherfuckers about VR, just to let you know and just kind of go on with certain things like that. And now, if you're going to enjoy your HTC Vive when it comes out, well done to you. Obviously, you did not watch the rest of my video. We're on about 1 minute, so fuck you. And just, yeah, all those motherfuckers that say if you're going to enjoy it, good for you. This is just another issue I'm going to talk about. This is one of the other reasons I don't like VR. It's just me. People don't seem to understand that people are allowed opinions that conflict theirs. Anyway, let's go into it. Virtual surfaces, real problem. Now, this person in this article is essentially talking about how they had to rearrange their room so they can make it VR ready, because essentially you can't just have like your normal room. Like mine's a bit messy right now. You can't just have that. Along with the fact that you need a high-end PC, you need to actually clear space for the VR, because you have to be able to move around and do things like that. And you got to wave your arms around like people had an issue with the Wii, and you got to wear something on your head. And apparently they have to make this person had to make their like room VR ready, so you know they had to clear the space and whatnot. So that is obviously an issue, that this thing is taking up so much like effort to do that people still justify the reason to have it, because the fact that you need to clear your room and make space for this one device, and then have a high-end PC, and then actually fucking buy the actual VR headset itself, you're expecting quite an expensive fucking thing as it's going along with just like those two last things. But along with that, it just seems like a lot of effort. Now, I know people obviously are not going to fully agree with me, and I'm just going to give some examples of another issue, which is actually to do with perception. I don't know why I says perception, but perception of just kind of your surroundings. Apparently, last week a child fell over harmlessly by trying to lean over a desk that didn't exist, and apparently this is actually a common issue among astronauts as well, because they forget that gravity applies when they come back. So there is clear issues with perception after using VR for a long period of time. So this is another issue, along with, you know, the high-end PC, the price, the moving of the room. There's a lot of issues with VR, and it's one of the reasons I don't want to get VR. Now, obviously, that's an isolated incident. Another one is, I have watched grown adults drop the controllers on their Vive development kits by attempting to put them down on like virtual surfaces and having them fall on the floor. That's just another reason of that. The kind of just the lack of perception and just everything to do with that. Now, obviously, this is more Oculus and Morpheus or PlayStation VR related rather than the HTC Vive, because the HTC Vive actually allows you to have a camera that kind of, I think, can show you a bit of the room or whatever, like the scale, so you don't lose the perception as much as you like would. Obviously, the problem with the perception is because it was so immersive and because you're pretty much stuck in this world. I've seen roller coasters with it and everything. There's an obvious issue with that kind of just what's the word? Perception of just where you are, what you're doing, all that and the other. I find it funny that this is another issue. There seems to be a lot of, every time I see something good about VR, I see about 3 things that are negative towards it. And obviously, as I said in my last videos, and people seem to not understand this, if you're gonna get a VR headset, more power to you. You know, help do what you feel is fit. Like, if you I'm not telling you how to spend your money. Spend your money how you see fit. I'm just saying this is kind of my just like opinion and just how I don't see VR as a point. And the fact that I keep seeing things like this just pop up kind of don't help me with convincing me to get a VR headset, with things like just the perception thing. I don't really want to be dropping things, especially with a fucking HTC Vive Oculus Rift, which is starting at £600. Fucking, I don't want to get a 980 Ti to run a fucking like game that will only play for 10 minutes, along with the £600. Like, do you see what this is? This is adding up, and then you have to make room space. And I don't want to buy a device and essentially have to adjust my room to this one device. That is too much effort. At least it is for me. But I am quite a lazy person. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think of this. Has this changed your opinion on VR or anything, or are you still one of those VR loyalists that will get it no matter what? Like, I'm not saying don't get it. Like, as I said before, people don't listen to me, but more power to you if you do it. This is my opinion, not yours. You can do what the fuck you want with your money. Anyway, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Sub to the channel, it really helps us out. Check out the Facebook and check out the Instagram for daily updates. And ultimately, guys, as I always say, have a nice day.